Hello, I am here to show you how you can use this palette multiple ways to do a highlight and a contour and also fill in your brows. And then this is the palette that I have on my eyes that I went ahead and did before I did this video. So I've got all of my eyes done, eyeliner, eyeshadow, and mascara, besides my bottom lashes, which I could actually do after this. And then I did my liquid foundation. I just did some highlighting, and going forward, I'm gonna finish with contour. Like I said, contour, highlight, and then brows, all with this one palette. So it's amazing that you can do it with this gorgeous. So on my eyes, I did this, well, I did chipper in the crease, and I did this all over my lid, and then I did this in the outer corner. So it is only 3 colors, and it is so simple and easy, but I'm here to show you how you can use it different ways. I use our Brow Artist brush when I do my eyebrows. I normally do, how I normally do my brows is I use a Brow Obsession palette, but the shades that are in this, like you see, we have a lighter brown and a darker brown, so it really corresponds with the palette, plus the highlighters and all that stuff. So I'll show you here. I'm gonna wipe my brush clean, make sure there's nothing on it, because you never know. And I'm gonna I like to use the shade Chipper for my brows, and then I may go in towards the end where it's much more thin. I use this darker Forthright shade. So I'm just gonna tap it in like so, just a few times, and I can always go back. I'd rather have too little than have too much. So I don't like, when I'm doing my eyebrows, I don't like to start at the very beginning. If you can tell, like that's the beginning. I like to start a little bit back because I don't want it to be too dark at the front. And then I bring it down. Something to know about brows, you want it to start and be aligned. You want it to, I got a phone call. Start and be aligned with your nose and the corner of your eye. And that's where it should start. So like right where I was saying. And you can create a little mark with your brush. Then you want the arch to be, again, aligned with your nose and then in the middle of your pupil. That's where your arch is going to be. And then it will end at the end of your eye, so a little bit down. So there's your guide points. So again, chipper. I like to make them just a tad bit thicker at the end because, like I said, they're a little bit thinner. And I just love how you can use this palette so many ways like this. It's so cool. Especially for traveling, you know, you can't carry all or bring all of your makeup. Throw this baby in and you are good to go. And how pretty is the eye makeup? It's like, you would have never thought, I bet, that it was 3 colors. So fill, fill, fill. Bring it out to the arch and bring it down. This brush, I highly, highly suggest. It's so very thin that it's so easy to work with. I never did my brows, like, as of the beginning of the year, like, okay, say 10 months ago, I was like my first time starting with my brows. And I did a brow pencil first to start. I'm just gonna make them a little bit thicker. I did a brow pencil first, and when the brow palette came out, I was very intimidated, and I didn't know how to use a brush or anything like that, but this brush makes it really super simple. So this is good. Now I'm gonna so I've been using my brush like this, laying it flatward, or more so like horizontally. Now I'm gonna lay it flat, and I'm gonna get that front area with just whatever's left on my brush. I don't want it to be too faded out, and everybody's brows are, you know, preference is different. So some people like it very faded, some people like it all the way dark, all the way through. I like it just a little bit faded, so it's all preference. Same thing on this side. And again, all of this I was just using Chipper, which is the same shade that I used in my crease. Now I'm gonna go in with Forthright, and I'm just gonna outline and then also add to the arch and the end of my brow. Same thing on the angled side. And there is, just to show, this is how it looks. And then the flat side would be for like your highlighting or cleaning up, concealer, whatever, to clean up that brow. So this is the darker shade. And I'm just gonna outline just like I would with the brow palette, since there's a lighter and a darker shade. This just cleans it all up and like really makes them tie all together, I feel like. And again, this is just an eyeshadow, so it's awesome. Just touch up a little bit. I'm gonna turn it flat and get that front area. If you want it a little bit more faded, you could try to use a spoolie and just like brush them through real quick. I've seen girls do that. So just see, I don't know if you saw that, but it just cleans them up so good. It makes it look really defined. Okay. So just a little bit faded and kind of like flicked out. And that is that for brows. That's what I like to do. You can also take a little bit of any of these shades and use them to highlight on your brow bone. So I'll go ahead and take a little, this is actually just an e.l.f. cheat brush. It's called an eye crease brush. And I will use that. I like to just do it for my brow bone. I usually do my brows first. I like to. But in this case, because of the video, this is why I did it this way. So I used Swanky, so I'm going to use something a little bit lighter. This is what I used on my eyes, so I'm going to go ahead with this here in Sincere, this one here. And I'm just going to pat it in a little bit and then just highlight right under there. And like I said, you can take, you can take a concealer and clean up your brows, or a highlighter or whatever. But see how that adds some pop. But because of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. A little bit backwards, but that's okay. So see how that gives that pop, and it will attract the light to that arch for people to be looking. Bam. Okay, so now the second way to use, well, actually the third way. First way was eyeshadow. Second way is brows. Third way is going to be to contour. So I again use chipper because I don't want it to be too heavy. And I use the, just a little blusher brush is what this is called. This is younique's brush. And it's semi-angled, so it works so well for getting in those pockets of your cheeks, or right under your cheekbones. And I just pinch it a little bit to make sure I just get this color. Pat it on a few times. I think maybe a little bit much. And now I go like this and make a line. Lightly, lightly, lightly. And then I will do circular motions to blend it out. So you want to go, so here's my bone. I go like right under it in the pocket. And then I like to apply blush sometimes right on top of that. And then I'll definitely always do a luminizer right on my cheekbone. So just so you can get the feel for placement. So see how already that's like softened out? And if you ever make it too dark, you can always go back with like a big puffy brush like this and just blend it out, which is really simple. But do a little bit at a time. If you want, just pat your brush in here once and then, you know, go back every time that you need more. But I would definitely not go too heavy. They're really pigmented colors, but how pretty and easy was that? And it's gonna be a matte contour. Another place that I contour, and I'm gonna tap it just once for this, and I go on the side of my nose. I highlight it on the bridge of my nose, so I like to go on the top. This will give it a slimmer effect. Just like that. And then I also go under my, again, just once, under my lip. It creates a pouty effect. And then you'll do a luminizer right here on top, or I do. And then the last place that I do a contour or whatever, when I contour, I normally do a bronzer, but I apply it to my forehead. And that is to bring everybody's attention back down to the center of your face. If you have a small forehead, you could probably skip this step or just do it really lightly. And as always, you want to make sure that everything is blended with, you know, like in your hairline and you're not looking crazy. So it just warms up your face completely and I absolutely love it. And then the last thing that I'm going to do with this palette is going to be just do a highlighter just like I did on my brow bone, but I'm going to do it on my cheeks. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this, use this same brush. And I'm going to use Sincere again. And I'm going to do it right here. When I turn, that's what will catch the sunlight. You see that yet? I can see it on my end, but I know the sun's bright, so. Then I also, okay, let me do it on this side. And I'm using Sincere again, if you didn't catch that. Okay, and then I also go with the highlighter on my nose. I go down and a little bit on the tip. Okay, just like that. So see? And then also, like I said, on the Cupid's bow of my lip to make them look bigger. And then you can also, as a last step, you could even highlight and brighten your inner eye and take that shade and pop it right in here just to brighten that up a little bit. How cool, right? Boom, boom, boom. So easy, so versatile. It's absolutely awesome. I would highly suggest this product. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me. Again, I use this for my eyeshadow, for my eyebrows, and for my contour, and for my highlight. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.